Welcome back. In today's session, we are going to discuss about homeopathic remedy called Carbo Animalis. The common name of Carbo Animalis is animal charcoal. It is one of the carbon and it seemed to be adapted to scrofulous and venous constitution. We see it is especially suited to scrofulous and venous constitutions. Scrofulous constitutions have particularly they have glandular affection. The glands will be affected. They have skin eruptions. So the glands are affected in them. Venous constitutions, they have venous affections. We are going to discuss them further. What are all the venous affections they have? They are venous constitutions. It is suited to old people after a debilitating disease. We see they had a complete debilitating, a disease which has weakened the vitality, which has weakened their power. So we see they have feeble circulation and lowered vitality because of the debilitating disease. The vitality, the vigorous vital force, the power of the vital force is lowered. They have lowered vitality and the circulation is very feeble in them, weak circulation. The sphere of action, it is acting on the glands. You can see the various glands. It is acting on the glands, blood vessels. So you need to see the picture and interpret where is the carbo animalis acting. The carbo animalis, it is suited to scrofulous constitution. So obviously it is affecting the glands, various glands of the body. It is acting on the blood vessel. We saw there was feeble circulation. It acts on the blood vessel. Then it also acts on the renal system, genitourinary system. You can see the genitourinary system. It acts on the skin as well as the extremities. So clear, guys? Moving further, the constitution of the remedy. We saw it is suited to old people who are debilitated, especially they have a venous plethora. They don't have this reddish pinky skin. Instead there is venous plethora. There is bluish appearance and blueness of the skin. You can see the bluish appearance and blueness of the skin in such type of a person. Since the circulation is weakened, if they had a very good circulation, rush of blood, then there would be pinkish plethoric person. But here the circulation is weak. They have weak circulation. Hence they have this venous plethora and blueness of the skin because of the venous constitution and feeble circulation. Thermally, they are chilly patients. They are easily affected by cold. They have aversion to this open air, cold air. They catch cold easily. So these persons have aversion to cold, hence they are chilly patient. The miasm of Carbo Animalis, the Carbo Animalis covers all the three miasms, that is Sora, psychotic and syphilitic miasm. Moving further to the guiding symptoms of Carbo Animalis, it is suited to the diseases of elderly people where there is marked venous plethora, blue cheeks, blue lips and great debility. So there is kind of cyanotic appearance, that is central cyanosis, because they have this blue lips and the face is blue, specifically if it is the center of the face, and then they have this blue lips, blue cheeks, then they have this marked venous plethora with the blueness of the skin, with the blue cheeks, blue lips, great debility. As I said you, they have aversion to open, dry and cold air because they are chilly patients. They have this aversion to open, dry and cold air. The circulation, like we studied earlier, it is going to be feeble circulation. It is stagnated. What is stagnated? It remains stationary. So the circulation is not quick enough. How does the circulation occurs? It is very fast. But here the circulation is stagnated. It is not fast. Even if it is moving very slow, it is very Slow, feeble is nothing but slow circulation. So it is stagnated and vital heat sinks to the minimum. So you can think of a condition here. So in the legs, okay, in the lower extremities, let us consider these as the lower extremities. So if the circulation, venous circulation gets stagnant, what is the condition which we show up with when there is pooling of blood in the veins? Which condition? It is varicose veins. So we can think of this condition in cases of Carbo Animalis. Why is it occurring? It is because the circulation is very feeble, it is stagnated, and also the vital heat is sinking to the minimum. I said you the vitality here is lowered, the vital force is brought to the minimum, it is sinking down. After the appearance of menses, the woman becomes so weak that she can hardly speak. You can see after the menses, she's become so weak that she's not moving out of the bed, nor she's able to speak. The communication also find the communication to be difficult. She can hardly speak. Menstruation, leukorrhea, diarrhea, all are exhausting. All the discharges like the menstruation, the leukorrhea, diarrhea, all the discharges are very exhausting in this person. Like in we saw after the menstruation, the woman becomes so weak that she can hardly speak. So the diarrhea, leukorrhea, they are also very exhausting. Ars, all are offensive. Okay, arsenicum also, they are very exhausting. The menstruation, leukorrhea, diarrhea are very offensive in cases of sorinum. So we see sorinum, we have the offensiveness of the discharges. The glands are indurated, swollen, painful in the neck, axillae, and the groin. You can see here in the neck, axilla, and the groin, these areas the glands are swollen. You can see the areas of axilla, the areas of the groin, the glands being swollen, and in the neck the glands are swollen. I said you it is a scrofulous constitution. Main center of action is on the glands. So these glands become indurated, they are hardened, they are swollen, painful, and the mammary as well has a lancinating pain, cutting and burning pain. Even in the conium remedy, we know the mammary, it acts on the mammary, it produces lancinating, cutting, burning pain. The gland that is mammary will also be swollen, indurated, stony hardness we find in conium. So the comparison you can make here, the similarity as well. They are easily strained from lifting. So this Carbo Animalis, since they are weak constitution, they are debilitated easily, they are easily strained from lifting. You see this man, he's got strained. Why is he strained? Even from lifting a small weight, he was just asked to lift something in the house, put a box up in the cabinet. So just he lifted a small weight. Even from lifting a small weight, the person gets strained. Overlifting easily produces a great debility. So he was at work, he got a parcel, he had to lift it, and then after lifting the parcel, he started with this sprain and strain, and all of the muscles started hurting. So they are easily strained from overlifting things. It produces a great exhaustion and debility in them. Also, their ankles turn easily when they are walking. Even the ankles, when we study the extremities, you can see they get easily sprained. Sprains are seen commonly. They are easily sprained. Their ankles will turn easily when they are walking. Even the joints are very, very weak. They are also sprained by slightest exertion. The joints are weak and the muscles are weak. Okay. Moving further, the hearing is confused in the patient. He cannot tell you from which direction the sound is coming. If you're speaking, if he's hearing something, if somebody is knocking the door, he will not understand which door is being knocked in the house. Is it from the bathroom somebody is knocking? Is it from the main door somebody is knocking? He cannot understand from which door or from the passage somebody has come. Nothing. He cannot make out from which direction the sound is being come. A stitching pain will remain in the chest after the recovery from pleurisy. You see, after the affection of pleurisy, you can see pleurisy here. After the affection of the lungs, after the pleurisy, there is a kind of a stitching pain which is left behind. A stitching pain is left behind after pleurisy, then we can think of Carbo animalis. So, guys, I hope all the guiding symptoms are clear to you. So, what did we see? The person, it is suited to old people who are debilitated easily. We saw venous plethora, blue lips, blue cheeks, and then they have aversion to open and cold air. Their circulation is feeble. After appearance of menses, she is very weak. Glands will be affected. They'll be indurated and swollen and painful. And the discharges like menstruation, leukorrhea, diarrhea, they are very exhausting, and they are easily strained from lifting, overlifting. There are sprains, and ankles will turn easily. Joints are weak. Okay. And then the hearing is also confused. They cannot tell the direction of the sound. And also we saw the stitching pain which is remaining after the affection of pleurisy. What are the ailments from an Carbo animalis? The loss of fluids, lifting and straining. We see the person is lifting, straining. These are the ailments from an Carbo animalis. And also the loss of vital fluids because of some excessive seminal discharge or any other discharges or diarrhea. The loss of the fluids from the body, excessive vomiting, can be the ailments from. And also the eating of spoiled fish and decayed vegetables. We see the consumption of the spoiled vegetables and spoiled fish and rotten vegetables. Okay, decayed vegetables can be the ailment. And it can also result from the use of quinine. Okay. Moving to the mentals of Carbo animalis, sweet and short, mentals, they desire to be alone. These people are completely exhausted, they are debilitated, they have no interest in, other social activities. They desire to be alone. They are sad, they are reflective. They keep reflecting upon themselves. They avoid conversation with others. They keep self-reflection. They evaluate themselves. They try to reflect upon oneself and avoid much conversation with others. Anxiety appears at night with orgasm of the blood. Moving forward to the particulars of Carbo animalis, let us start with the head symptoms of Carbo animalis. The headache as if a tornado is in head. You can see they feel as if a tornado is in the head. Headache, they feel as if a tornado in the head. Okay. Headache as of a tornado in the head. As if the head has been blown to pieces. They have to sit up at the night and hold it together. So when the patient is sleeping at night, he feels as if his head is blown into pieces. So he gets up from the bed and starts holding his head tightly because he wants to prevent the blowing out of his head. So he holds his head tightly together at night. There is a rush of blood with confusion to the head. When there is rush of blood with the confusion. Sensation as if something is laid above the eyes, so that she could not look up. She feels as if, you can see she's closing her eyes, looking down. She has a sensation as if something is laying on her head. So she's not able to open the eyes, okay, or look up. Moving further to the GI complaints, the stomach, there is weak, empty feeling in the stomach. They have this weak, empty feeling in the stomach, which is not relieved by eating. Usually when we have an empty feeling in the stomach, we eat and we are satisfied. But here they are not relieved by eating. There is burning and gripping pain in the stomach. You can see there is a great burning and the person is holding the stomach. There is a burning and gripping pain in the stomach. Eating is tiring the patient. Okay, even eating, forget about talking and menses and everything. Even eating is tiring the patient. They have flatulence And repugnance to fat food, they dislike, they have this aversion or disgust towards the fatty food, like with this cheese and all that. Okay, they have repugnance to fat food. There is weak digestion and pyrosis. We have this pyrosis here. You can see pyrosis or heartburn. They have pyrosis and weak digestion. Complaints from eating spoiled fish, decayed vegetables. We saw that. Complaints from eating, they get GI complaints from eating decayed vegetables and spoiled fish. So, guys, what are the two particulars we saw? We saw about the head and GI complaints. So, let us just revise. So, what did we study about the head complaints? Let's just see the picture and recall. The headache, they feel as if a tornado is in the head and they feel as if their head is blown to pieces. So they sit up at the night and hold it together, and they have a sensation as if something is on the eyes, so they do not look up. And in the GI complaints, what did we see? That they have this empty feeling in the stomach, which is not relieved by eating, burning pain, gripping pain in the stomach. And we also saw the repugnance to the fat food, weak digestion, flatulence. We know the ailments from. Now we're moving further to the female complaints of Carbo Animalis. Menses are too early, frequent, and long lasting. The menses in these females are early. They come too early. Okay, the menstrual cycle is very short in them. Menses will appear too early within this 20 days or 25 days. The menses are too early. They are frequent and long lasting. The menses keep appearing frequently and they are very long lasting menses. The flow is only in the morning. After the appearance of menses, the patient becomes so weak that she can hardly speak. This we have already discussed. Okay, burning is also felt in the vagina and in the labia. So we see this burning sensation, like we saw in the stomach pyrosis. Similarly, here we have this burning sensation in the vagina and labia. In pregnancy, we see the nausea of the pregnancy, which is worst at night. The breast, we have studied in the glandular affections. They are very painful. Indurations are seen in the breast, especially at night. And also there is darting pain in the breast. The cancer of uterus with a burning pain down the thighs. So guys, we see in Carbo Animalis, they have this burning sensation in the stomach. There is burning in the labia and vagina. And there is also cancer of uterus with a burning pain down the thighs. Moving further to the skin symptoms of Carbo Animalis, the glands are indurated, swollen, painful. The glands will be indurated, swollen, painful, particularly in the neck, axillae, groin. In the mammae, there is lancinating, cutting and burning pain. There is spongy uterus and copper-colored eruptions. We saw that. This Carbo Animalis, these patients will have this copper colored eruptions and they have a spongy uterus. Acne rosacea, warts. The warts are found on the hands and on the face of old people. And also there is a bluish coloration of the extremities. Chilblains, which are worst in the night, in bed and from cold. So we see the chilblains are seen especially in the evening when they go to the bed and from cold. There are benign suppurations which are changing into ichorous and malignant conditions. These benign suppurations later on they change into malignant condition. So we see this the benign condition can change later into this ichorous malignant condition. In the respiratory system, there is pleurisy with the stitching pain which is remaining in the chest after the recovery from pleurisy, which we saw earlier. There is ulceration of the lungs with a feeling of coldness of the chest. Along with the ulceration, they have a feeling of coldness in the chest. There is cough with a discharge of greenish pus. Then we have extremities. The ankles, we have studied about extremities in the guiding symptoms. The ankles will turn easily. There is straining and overlifting is producing a great debility in the person. Also the joints will be very weak. They are sprained by slightest exertion, they get sprained. And they are easily strained from lifting small weights. There is pain in the coccyx which is burning when it is touched. Moving further to the general modalities, the complaints are aggravated after shaving, from the slightest touch, and after midnight. We saw most of the complaints being aggravated at night, after shaving, and slightest touch. Thank you. With this, we come to an end of Carbo Animalis. I hope everything is clear. If you have any doubts, you can put them down in the comment section. And if you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe.